up, buddies? It's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington.
I'm Gail Bennington.
No Juliet Bennington.
No. Does it even seem like it makes sense to do radio without a baby?
You gotta have a baby on a radio show. First person who came up with that, Ellen Freed. All right, it's the Bennington Show. Monday, January 28th. We're almost at the end of January.
I know. It's
Everybody
really
always
weird.
talks about the winter going slow. This one seems like it's shooting by.
It really
Now,
is.
Chicago is getting a freeze like you wouldn't believe. Like the high being like anywhere from -5 to -14 as a high.
That's not enough of a high for me.
Yeah.
That needs to be higher.
The low, -1,000.
What?
No.
Yeah.
No one could survive that.
This is the first time I said they'd think 75% of the country, and I don't know how many states that was, so I'm not going to try to do that. 75% of the country is going to be sub-freezing. I don't know whether we've ever had that before.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like the day after.
We should have listened.
We should have listened to the day after, but, another movie came along. And we started trying to find out where all the crystals were for the fucking Super Friends. Is that what they're called? The Super Friends?
Yeah.
The Marvel Super Friends?
The Avengers.
That doesn't sound right.
Yep.
Yeah, he always.
Yeah, it's
back
the
up
Super
any
Friends.
Well, why is Roger Stone wearing an orange face right now? Is that to make fun of Trump?
That's cultural appropriation.
What is he doing?
He looks crazy. He looks crazed.
We just saw him yesterday. He didn't have a face that looked that way. Look, I don't care what your politics are. You have to get a kick out of Roger Stone. I mean, he was fucking hilarious over the weekend doing the Nixon thing
I
from
know.
1973.
Bizarre. Too weird.
You ever know that he has a full Nixon on his back? They said just a giant Nixon back tattoo. Yeah. Did you know? I'm not even making it. You think I'm joking?
You got to be kidding
No,
me.
I swear. I don't know whether there's a picture. There it is.
It's his face. Just Nixon's face. Done pretty well, too.
That's really weird. You guys, I literally thought you were kidding.
Did you watch a Weekend Update when they only just discovered he likes to cuck himself with black dudes? And they were amazed, like they couldn't believe it. But where do you think all the black cuck fucking videos come from? People are into it.
There's a market for it.
Yeah, I mean it's there for a reason. And there's fucking metaphor like a fucking pussy when Roger Stones is out there wheeling, dealing, kiss, stealing.
Do you see Roger Stone also printing up T-shirts that Roger Stone did nothing wrong? Like a day later, and he was wearing it in front of the media.
Now, the other guy whose name comes up, the radio guy, I was literally invited to go to dinner with him not too long ago, but he's an old friend of Barry's.
Wow.
So, and this guy is crazy as fuck.
Really?
It's like Richard Credico or something like that is his name.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Maybe it's Richard Grieco. I'm not exactly sure. But I've seen him on TV and he would just break into a Nixon out of nowhere. Just like really old school impressions. But him and Barry Crimmins go back, 30s. I can't believe we don't have Barry for this. This would have been amazing. But I don't know why Roger Stone, and I don't have the sound up, but in these last two pictures, it looked like he had painted his face orange.
He really
today.
did. He did not look like that over the weekend.
There's no collusion.
It was Randy Credico.
Thank you very much, Randy Credico. So he was the guy who Roger Stone apparently threatened that he was going to kidnap his dog. I don't know whether you saw this story over the weekend. This is the craziest story I've ever seen in my life. So this little boy, a toddler, I think he's 3 years old, goes missing from like his grandmother's house, goes into the woods. They can't find him for days. They finally find him, and he said that he was with a bear all weekend. And apparently he was fine, right?
Yeah, totally fine. The kid wasn't hurt.
Scratches?
No scratches on him. He just said simply, I was with a bear. How old is the kid?
He's 3 years old.
3 years old.
I honestly don't think he'd lie. 3-year-old, I feel like, is going to just tell you the truth.
I think
Been
he's
in a
lying
bear-
his ass off. I don't think he spent 3 days with a bear.
He's been hanging out in a bear cave, and I believe every word of it.
The police were actually, are you saying like a bear, like an older, gay, hairy man bear? No, and he's like, no, an actual bear.
A literal
Now
bear.
his mom said this. He really likes bears. You know what I mean? So he might have just been playing imaginary pretend for a couple days.
Oh, my God.
But he's fine.
They're totally fine.
He looks good.
Wait,
parent-
they have him talking?
They don't have him talking. These are just still pictures in the news story.
Oh.
I need to hear him talk about the bear. It's very important.
2 days after he vanished from his grandmother's yard, didn't wander into the woods, and then he just said he was with a bear.
Oh, my God. This kid's the best.
I think they also said they found him like stuck underneath like a bramble bush or something. Also, when they finally did
Well,
find him.
yeah, that's where bears are, though.
Yeah.
Good point. Get in line.
Healthy and smiling, not fucking hungry or crying. Something's fucking massively weird about this
It's
story.
really weird. And 100% true.
Gotta find that bear.
Hey, I just want to say thanks to Glenn in Pittsburgh for this awesome onesie that he got Juju. This is so cute.
Finally showed up here, even though it arrived how long ago? Weeks?
Yeah, weeks ago.
Well, yeah, he just says, yeah, weeks. We're picking up now. Might have been days, but he disagrees with me.
But it's a little neighbor. It's so sweet because
I don't know what that means.
It's Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Oh,
She's a little
okay.
neighbor because he knows I love Mr. Rogers. Huge fan. Can't cry. I can't think about Mr. Rogers without crying.
I wasn't a fan of the documentary.
What?
That's the end of your. That's as far as you go with it.
Why?
I just thought it was too positive going towards. I thought he must have done something wrong. I mean, it was like, not very interesting, the documentary.
Did you not watch him when you were a kid?
Didn't watch him as a kid. Didn't have any real connection to Mr. Rogers.
That might be it then.
Could be
Probably.
because I fucking love Mr. Rogers.
PBS was rarely on in my house.
I wonder why.
It's weird, right?
Pete says he lives 2 miles away from Bear Kid. Pete,
Yes, sir. How are you doing today?
good. Trying to figure out this story from your neck of the woods.
Yes, sir. I know it's weird about the bear, but he did have a bunch of scratches all down his face, arms and legs, and dehydrated, and in the hospital for a while. But they said there are some bears around there, and I don't know how to say that he was with
out
one.
with him.
Unless it felt comfortable enough to speak.
And I don't
finally
think
show the
those are
truth.
bear scratches. I think that they're like
Woods. He's
stickers.
Briar. Yeah, definitely like briar scratches and stuff like that. And they thought like when they saw the searchers come close that the bear would leave. I don't know. But
Pete, what's your opinion right now?
Was it?
Are you going for the bear story?
Is this a real life Jungle Book? Is what we're asking you. Was he with Baloo?
honestly, I cannot go with the bear theory. But I mean, that would be a nice movie, but I can't believe a bear was going and hugging him for a couple hours.
If you get a Paw. All right. So the kid is sticking to his story, which...
This kid is adorable, by the way.
Yeah, and I mean, just the fact that he would be positive after a couple of days. Like, no, I was with a bear. Everything was okay.
It was fine. The bear took care of me.
The bare necessities of life will come to you.
They'll come to me?
They'll come to you. You did your part good. Mine was really bad. Mine did not work. 844 Rock God. That's 844 Rock God. I don't know whether you guys watched the SAG Awards last night, but just upset after upset after upset. Nobody knows who's going to win. And there were just tons of people furious today that the Star is Born crew didn't win anything. They
were
got
snubbed.
beat. And it looks like Lady Gaga is no longer considered the favorite for the Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, they thought for sure that she would have picked up awards along the way. But you never know. It still could flip. But before, it seemed like everyone was saying it was a lock.
I think if you're going to be an Oscar voter, you're going to say, all right, here's Lady Gaga, who never really acted before, or Glenn Close, who's been acting for 40 years, been nominated like 7 times, never won. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be, I think, a little more pulled towards one of your own.
Yeah.
Now, so that has kind of been surprising. And Mr. Robot won for Bohemian Rhapsody instead of Christian Bale or even Bradley Cooper or Viggo Mortensen, who's done a ton of great work, John David Washington. I mean, this is the Mr. Robot thing. Now, I'll just say this. I haven't seen the Queen movie. I apparently have to now if I want to enjoy the Oscars. Because I've been kind of busting on it, calling it a tribute band. That's why I didn't want to go see it. And I have seen Queen before. You know what I mean? So...
yeah, it is annoying when you feel like somebody is likely going to take a bunch of Oscars. A movie's going to take a bunch of Oscars that you don't want to see. Because then you're right. Then you just feel like, am I wrong? You're going to be annoyed the whole time.
Yeah, I don't want to keep making fun of this if this kid is amazing at it. But I would say this. You are doing an acting role and you're playing a singer and you're lip syncing. How do you get the Oscar for that point? And I brought this up to a friend of mine who loves the movie. And I said, and he goes, well, nobody could sing like Freddie Mercury and act it. I go, Matteo Lane. Fucking put Matteo Lane in that movie and he would have killed it.
Actually, I agree with that. Matteo Lane would have crushed that role.
I just feel like, how could you give the guy the Oscar and he's not singing? And basically, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean that he can't do it. That's fine with me. But I'm not going to give him an award for lip syncing. And then people are like, where do you see the end of it? They do the entire fucking We Are the World show, whatever that was, fucking Live Aid show. I go like this. It's on YouTube. I've gone back and watched it many times. Why would I want to watch a fake band do it when it exists on YouTube? So I got to stop being an asshole.
It's not good. You're not being an asshole, Ron.
You haven't seen it, have you?
Yes, I did. I saw it for Thanksgiving with my
really
girlfriend's
disliked
family.
it. You really hated it, right?
How did your family feel?
They liked it. Me and my girlfriend, not so much. I really, really disliked it. I thought it was a really bad movie.
Gail's family, literally no blood relation to me at all, I'm proud to say. They went to see it as a family 3 times.
Yeah, they love it.
What did they miss the first time?
They just
This is they enjoy
really
it.
do it.
Like a roller coaster that they wanted to keep riding.
Yeah.
They enjoyed it so much.
I don't know whether you've ever been on a roller coaster, got off, and ran right back to the line.
Okay.
That's what they've done with this fucking show, which has apparently sucked the homosexuality out of Freddie Mercury's life.
That's the part I'd like to see.
It's barely anything.
Yeah, it's... I think it would be an important part of the story, and I know a lot of gay people are supposedly pissed about that. And the fact that he denied that he had AIDS right up to the last day. I mean, that's got to be, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking horrifying. But they got rid of that, and they just made it a feel-good thing.
Yeah.
Where the last line of the movie is, I'm glad you don't have AIDS, and I'm glad we're always going to be a band.
And I don't want to give any spoilers away, but at one point they did the movie trope of he coughs into a handkerchief and there's blood.
Well, it's not a movie trope. It's actually an opera trope.
Oh, okay.
And I'll say this. One of my problems with Queen is they were like a fucking opera Broadway band. Rock, yes, but, you know, they started that whole fucking weirdness.
Very theatrical and very,
well,
flamboyant.
theatrical, even music. Here's my other big problem with Queen. Those fucking lyrics were always so embarrassing. Like, I consider Bohemian Rhapsody an embarrassing fucking song.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I hear when I play it at the Hard Rock and kids are singing along to it, I was like, do you even know what this means?
I did. For some reason, I really liked it as a kid, and probably because It was in Wayne's World.
That brought it back, though. That made remade it a hit.
And I think there's just silliness to it for a kid. But I think, like, other than that, it's pretty ridiculous.
Well, it is silly and ridiculous. It's, but listen to this, I'm in love with my car, I want to ride my bicycle. I mean, all this shit was like that.
And in the movie, it made it seem it was very easy for them to come up with all the songs. Everything just came to them instantly. It was just a bad movie altogether.
You're ruining this for me.
I don't want to, but I'm telling you, it's not good.
Well,
Now, having said all that, I think one of the best fucking guitar players in history. Great. Musically a great band. The big problems I had was that over-the-top opera meets Broadway. The other thing is you're going to change your name to something and you're going to make your first name Freddie. It's just never been a rock and roll name. You know what I mean? Hi, I'm Freddie. And I'm here to rock you.
What?
Hey, Glenn, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, buddy. So, all right, Bear Kid. If he was with a bear, bears are in full hibernation now. So if he was with a bear, he was in a den with a sleeping bear. So maybe he was just a little retarded kid and he was in there cuddled up.
It would be adorable. If
yeah,
you
that
just
would
went
be
into
really
a
cute.
fucking cave, and there was man. Here's the other thing about bears and caves. There's not caves everywhere that there's bears.
True.
And how does a bear find a fucking cave? I mean, sometimes they must be just sleeping on the ground for fucking 3-4 months at a time.
Sounds
I
awful.
always remember like those Disney documentaries that they would show you at school, and it was like they would show you like it'd be about the winter in like Yosemite, but then they would just show that scene of the ice melting and snow is melting, and all of a sudden there'd be bears waking up after their long winter. And I'm like, man, that would be fucking nice. And then I said to my teacher, I go, where do they shit? And my teacher said this, they just shit all over themselves. I go, isn't that disgusting?
How-
They're like, what do you think? There's hygienic bears, Ronnie? They're fucking disgusting. All animals are disgusting.
Think about how bad a bear cave must smell then.
Don't smell good. How do they sleep so long either? You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy.
Aren't
And they
they?
got as much fur as any other fucking animal. You know what I mean? They got as much fur as a wolf. Stay awake. You probably like the fucking winter better than you do the summer.
And all right, so other animals, wouldn't they be able to like smell the bear and then kill it while it was sleeping?
What animal's gonna kill a bear?
I don't know, like a bobcat.
But,
You know how small the bobcat is?
Go for the neck.
but here's the thing. They're not in a coma, Chris. They're fucking sleeping.
I thought the hibernation was like an even deeper sleep, almost like a coma.
Based on what? What are you fucking basing
I'm
that
not basing
on?
that on my assumptions from television and movies
They
and
never showed
cartoons.
them in a coma.
I actually don't
They're
even
not-
think they
I feel like
hibernate.
if
It
a
seems
fucking
crazy.
person went into a bear cave and at least even tried to scoop out the shit, make it smell better, I bet those bears would wake up and fucking kill them. It's like
They're
in Lost
starving.
Boys when you went into that fucking cave and you woke up the vampires,
All right, that-
This whole thing's a coffin.
which made zero sense. Zero fucking sense. I didn't invite you into the bear cave this time, Max. What? Brian in Chicago.
Yeah, hey, Ronnie, I just saw a news report that William Perry was lost in the woods for about 3 days, and a 3-year-old let him out of the woods.
Now, I think it's a very funny premise, but the fact that you couldn't think of a bear after 1986, there's not a single Chicago bear.
Couldn't say Trubisky or the
Look at
quarterback.
Earl trying to fucking win favor with everybody. Like he knows everything about the Bears.
He does.
He's just going to give us a truthful list.
He's my bear boy.
Did you just call him Mr. Baseball?
Mr. Baseball.
It's a fucking football team.
Oh yeah, Cubs. I'm worse.
You are ridiculous. You're thinking the Bears. All these years, you thought the Super Bowl shuffle was a baseball team. There should be nothing easier than finding fucking fault with Earl.
I know.
And you were like, Earl, get out of the way. Let me shit all over the bear cave. I think I'm staying with the bear cave too much. I'm going to be totally honest. 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. So we have no idea what's going to win the Oscar now.
No.
There's no way they're going to give the Oscar to fucking Black Panther.
No,
I lasted
don't think.
like 20 minutes with that fucking movie.
It's horrendous. It's just as bad as every other Marvel movie, if not worse.
I saw a movie over the weekend called The Favorite, and because of fucking Vito, I went to this. Is it the DMX theater?
Oh,
Up in here, up in here.
the CMX, the new one that just opened up.
Yeah. So I go to it, and they got fucking food. I see a hamburger go by me that looked like it was made in a gastropub. It looked like a fucking delicious hamburger. I'm like, no, just bring me a fucking 7-Up and some popcorn. The 7-Up comes in a glass, and I get a bowl of fucking popcorn. Like, already, what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean?
I know.
I don't fucking...
Sustainable,
I want stuff
though.
I could fucking throw away.
Sustainable. It's very green.
Chris, what did I pay for my tickets?
$17.
$25 a ticket.
Come on.
$50 fucking dollars for a couple. I pay for this. I sit and watch 5 shitty looking previews. I'm like, what is the point of building out this fucking theater to be so nice and comfortable if you're going to show me children's fucking previews? What am I going to bring a kid here and say fucking watch Go Go Gophers and I'll pay the $25? Fuck no. It's insane.
That makes no sense. And I had the same exact problem with the Alamo Drafthouse. I heard about the Alamo Drafthouse, and it sounds like the same exact situation. Was it like a waitress service? Yeah. So
Surfix, he says.
Cervix. Wait for cervix. You were not in a movie theater.
You were at a birth.
Yeah, the tickets are more, and then I find myself now buying cocktails at the movie theater when I didn't have to buy cocktails.
That's because you're an alcoholic, Chris.
Dude,
I mean,
there were
you can't
people
be
sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
I went out and there were people they got to their movie like hours before and we're just sitting at the bar fucking slamming drinks.
Now, the funny thing is, I had the same situation. I went out to a movie theater, saw the same movie. I saw The Favorite, and I went to Nighthawk, which is the same type of movie theater.
Yeah.
What'd you pay?
I think I paid 12.
I paid twice as much as
I think I paid 12 or 15 or something like that, somewhere in there, which I thought that they would go with those prices because they assume that people are going to buy food, drinks, and it's going to be more expensive than just like your regular concessions. So I thought that that's why that was a cheaper situation. You would think that the DMX would do the same.
Up in here, up in here. Now you're going to make me buy this ticket?
I liked Nighthawk, but the only thing is I think that they should do the same thing as the Alamo, and I think that they should do assigned seats. I like the assigned seats.
I hate all these new theater fucking changes. I want a $16 ticket and just popcorn. So that's all I want.
Why wouldn't you
16?
Yeah, why
Seems
not
like
take
too
10?
much.
We're just making our...
To me, it seems like $8 is plenty for a fucking movie. Dave in Texas.
Hey, buddies. I'm just trying to figure out all these people who, like Chris, who are saying, oh, they took out the homosexuality out of Freddie Mercury's life. What gay porno were you expecting to watch with this movie? Most of the movie is about his hard-partying lifestyle and his gay lifestyle. Like, it was definitely there in the movie. And the critique of, oh, the songwriting came so easy. If you were going to, like, actually show the songwriting process, the whole movie would be one song. Like, they even show the songwriting or the recording sessions in montage showing that it took time.
So, Dave, you loved it.
I didn't love it. It was barely passable. I would nominate it. I'm just saying Chris's critiques. I'm just saying Chris's critiques are stupid.
How did you think Mr. Robot did as Freddie Mercury?
He was okay. I think you're right. I think Mateo would have been fucking fantastic. Oh, and real quick before you drop my call, I'm sorry. All you had was the idiot Earl to try to explain the wife to you. But Glenn Close is fucking amazing in that movie. I'm gonna definitely
see that too.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah.
And Lady Gaga was never a favorite to win an Oscar. The only people who thought she was people that only saw Star is Born.
Because we did this like a couple of months ago, And not only did the betting sites have her as the favorite, but far and away the favorite, a lock.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in most of these things she'd probably finish in second place. You know what I mean? Like, put up, who else is up for actress in a movie, Chris? Why, you were just on it. You went off the page, you went down too long.
It's right there. So Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, never. The woman from The Favorite, Olivia Colman.
Queen Anne.
And Melissa McCarthy, who I understand is terrific, but no one saw the movie.
Yeah, I wish I had seen it.
I'd love to see that
Yeah.
movie. I'm sure it'll come on a minute after the Oscars.
Yeah.
Like it'll be on the next day.
Mary Poppins isn't nominated. It's
No, but we were going by last night.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Oscar.
Who replaced Mary Poppins?
In the Oscar, it's Yalitza, the woman from Roma.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
panicked. You tried to say her
I didn't want to
fucking
say it
name,
wrong.
And you panicked.
I saw Bohemian Rhapsody yesterday.
What'd you think? Be honest.
I didn't love it. It was just a pretty basic music biopic with like happy scenes.
Like it should have been on VH1.
Yeah, it felt like a made for TV movie. The guy Rami Malek is okay, but like then I was watching interviews with Freddie Mercury after. Didn't seem as great as everybody was saying.
You mean the impression didn't seem as...
Yeah, like everybody kept talking about how great he was, and then I went and watched Freddie Mercury interviews, and it wasn't like this spot-on impression of him.
His teeth look perfect, though?
His teeth were too good in the movie. They were big, but they were like very nice-looking teeth. And then Freddie Mercury's all fucked up-looking teeth. Glamorification of Hollywood, Ron.
They're whitewashing his teeth.
Yeah. They couldn't send people out in the streets.
And during the Live Aid scene, they're lip syncing the actual Live Aid performance, so it just feels really weird. And like you can tell it's lip syncing, like it doesn't look natural. I didn't love it,
and the crowd looked really CGI.
Yeah, like bad CGI.
It is CGI.
I know, but it was like bad CGI. It was.
There's nothing but bad CGI.
It was particularly.
There's
bad.
never been any fucking CGI that I ever went, this is great CGI.
Especially with faces. I don't like any of those weird faces.
No, me neither.
Once they start putting faces in, I'm creeped out.
Remember how bad the fucking CGI was in Titanic? When they pulled the fucking thing up and you see these like fucking weird Simpsons characters walking around on the deck. You're like, this is CGI? Fuck it.
The new CGI that they're trying is where they they cast an actor, do a flashback scene, and have the young face on top of the old. That shit looks terrible.
I don't like it.
And it's really uncomfortable.
It's like Benjamin Button situation.
Yeah. I was
no,
watching this stupid fucking preview where the girl was like a CGI fucking and everybody else was real.
Alita Battle Angel.
That's the name of the fucking movie?
Big Eyes, Christoph Waltz.
Yeah. Yes.
Very anime.
Oh, that's a different movie.
No, you're right. The one that you're talking about.
Alita Battle Angel.
That's the name of the movie?
Alita Battle Angel is the name of the movie, produced by James Cameron.
Yes, that's it. That's one of the previews I saw. And I'm like, well, how fucking stupid is this? Is it going to be a huge hit?
I don't know. It's directed by Robert Rodriguez.
It's not going to be a big hit. It's from an anime.
Anime
fans are going to come out.
Anime fans are going to come out. Anime fans love their.
But how many anime fans are there?
Predict the opening weekend.
120 million.
No way. What do you pick, Chris?
27 million, and I'm being generous to Alita.
That's literally 93 fucking million difference.
Jesus.
Now I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to switch right now.
I'm staying.
Because I'm going closest.
I'm not. It's 27 million. It's not going to make a lot of money. It's going to be.
When's this come out? In February?
February 14th.
Valentine's. I'm going to take my Valentine's. Now, Vito, just so you know, I don't think anything opens in February that goes over 100 million.
Well, Deadpool opened in February, and it had like a really good February opening.
Don't you think that this thing is nowhere near a Deadpool?
But I think the anime nerd
You
audience...
staying with your 127 million?
Staying with my 127 worldwide premiere.
Loser has to go outside on February 14th and we throw a bucket of cold water.
Yeah!
Shit, ice bucket challenge?
Yeah.
But except for it doesn't help anyone. Or
Yeah, we're not helping anyone with this.
And the winner just doesn't have to do that.
I challenge you, Alita Battle Angel.
Did you like The Favorite?
What's that?
Did you like The Favorite?
It wasn't my favorite. I will say this much. I despised it.
Really?
Despised.
I loved it. I thought it was really, really good.
Did you know? I didn't know anything going in, so like.
Did you like it?
I loved it. It's my pick for the best picture.
Oh God, no. Here's what, and I know that you're young and you haven't seen the yearly 1%er England movie that comes out every fucking year. It's some version of Upstairs, Downstairs. I don't fucking like these people.
I think that, but I like a lot of movies where people are unlikable.
Name one.
Reservoir Dogs. None of those people are.
Oh, I love those guys.
Yeah, but they're bad people, is what the point
No,
is.
yeah, but you come across. I mean, Godfather is bad people. Fucking.
Yeah, I would put like.
But I'm saying these were awful, disgusting fucking people.
I think that they're. Yeah, but like the same idea. Like morally, they're corrupt, but I thought that they were entertaining to watch.
Oh God, no! Watching somebody with gout, open fucking sores on their legs.
My only issue with the movie at all was at the very end there was like a little too much. If you didn't get what this
Symbolism,
represented, yeah, like
that's that asshole fucking director. He tries to have symbolism.
that shit fucking. Like I got the symbolism, and then they were just like, in case you didn't get it, here it is, just so you know before you leave.
Also, what was supposed to be like the person's punishment would have still put them better off than 99.9% of the people living at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Which is why people took jobs like that, which is just so crazy to think.
Well, those were the lucky people.
Yeah, exactly.
Having a job like that. But I'm saying her, which we were supposed to say,
oh, right,
haha, you're getting yours. She'd have been better off. There was nothing so awful about that. She's with a disgusting person rather than someone killing and raping her every fucking moment of the day. Favorite? I'm going to give it a 2-word review. Fuck you. Same thing I yelled out during the movie.
That's how we review. Ron gave it a fuck you, and I said, I loved it. Do you give it a fuck you or I love it?
Chris, I need you to go see this movie so you'll agree with me.
Gotcha. I'll check out The Favorite.
Beats us on my team.
Oh, yeah. And see the rest of his favorite movies of the year. See if you still want to team up.
Alita Battle Angel.
I'm not going to enjoy that and won't go.
From a film point of view, he has a taste for turd.
I don't know why I took that so literally.
No, he actually went into the toilet, found a turd, and ate it during the movie. And came back in and said, "This is delicious," as the movie.
Now, okay, speaking of taste for turd, this is something I was thinking about over the
by
weekend.
the way, I want to ask one more thing.
Yeah.
Was that an Elton John song that ended the movie? I couldn't tell. It sounded like a guy.
It did sound like
Elton John, though.
I don't know who sang that last song, and I was actually going to.
Is
look
it up for
after.
best song?
It is not
for the Oscar.
It's not for the Oscar.
There's nothing coming up of like Elton John, The Favorite.
Well, I know that.
But let's find out
who
what the
sang
song.
so we can listen to it right now. It was called "Goodbye Yellow Rock Road." All right, bro. Our gang. What I like to call our gang. You find it, Chris?
Still looking.
Well, it was a terrible song anyway. I don't care about it. Earl got pulled off the fucking job that he had. It's not your day today, is it, Big E?
No, I got that.
Earl's going to be doing the GPS producing for us. Well, Chris is going to do it with him, but this is his first time, and it's Memphis.
Yes,
in the 60s and 70s.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun putting together, and basically, it's arguably some of the greatest music ever made from ever. You know,
I'll say this: when we play Big Star, the place is going to go fucking crazy, and by the place, I mean planet Earth. What Big Star song did you pick?
I did not pick any Big Star.
Too white for you, Earl? Too white for you?
Didn't say too. It just centered on the soul that came out from that period, from High Records and from Stax Records.
I was just looking at Goldman Tip. Hashtag right now. He's leaving his comedy writing tips for everybody. Cannibalize your act. Go through your joke inventory and relocate some jokes or pieces of jokes. Add them to jokes or working to add some density to your act. You just need to take some time to find a connection.
The end song from The Favorite is Skyline Pigeon by Elton John.
You got it.
Wait, wasn't Vito just saying that there was no connection when he wrote it up?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that? Are you happy with it?
I'm fucking I despise it. I despise his taste for
Is
that.
that because I say I despise
yes.
the movie?
Well, I want to make sure everyone knows that I'm on your side, and I want to know that fucking Vito doesn't know shit about Elton John.
Play a little bit. I can stand. That's all I can stand, and I can't stand no more.
So what I was saying was I was thinking about this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What is a song that to you think, how the hell was this song ever popular? Not just that the song exists or but got, charted. And how was it that a nation was like, oh yeah, this is a popular song?
All right, I will tell you guys this because everybody always will say the 60s and the 70s had the greatest music of all time.
Yeah.
There was a song called Seasons in the Sun that was a monster hit. And it may be the worst thing that's ever happened. Or maybe not even the worst song of that year. That's how bad 70s pop would be. So play a little bit of Seasons of the Sun and see if anybody can beat this. There can't be anything. This fucking got played all the time on AM radio. Top 40 radio. No kidding. Bring it down.
I'm still confused. How did he skin his heart?
Because
he loved his friend so much?
He skinned his heart and skinned his knees. He actually also skinned his niece. He's a serial killer.
Dark.
844 Rock God. 844 Rock God. Earl, you have one. And give him the criteria again.
So this is a song that became popular that you have no idea how the hell it could have been as popular as it is. It had radio play, it charted maybe, and you don't know how a nation decided this was a good song.
For me, it was Right Said Fred, I'm Too Sexy.
Now, I would say this. I always thought that was somewhat of silly.
You thought it was a bit tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, I think it really was because it was two kind of big gay daddies singing this thing. And I think they were trying to be funny.
Yeah. That part makes sense.
I'm going to say that Earl missed the joke and basically called Ace Ventura a bad actor. All right, Gail, you came in with this. How did this ever become a hit?
Okay, so this is a song that when I heard it, I heard family members singing it to me as a child. And then it had to be explained to me that this wasn't a made-up song and that it actually got radio play. And to this day, I still don't understand. Were you guys joking that you thought this was a popular song? A song, What's the Matter You, played on the radio. And I think I must be crazy. Was it a joke? Is it real?
Yes, it's a joke song.
But why? Why would it get radio play? I understand that something could be a joke song, but why would it be on the radio and why would people sing it? Sing it in their cars.
Because there was a thing called the Morning Zoo.
I don't get it and I don't understand.
Take it down a little bit. Now, when Gail says her family would sing it to her, no one on my side of the family.
Right. I'm obviously talking...
the greasy Italians. Let's go over here to Tommy in Brooklyn. Tommy, how the hell did your song get on the radio?
Oh, my God. The Night Chicago Died was a horrible, horrible song, amongst many.
First of all, why are you singing like a sissy about the mafia? This is what always amazed me. You know what I mean? Like it's about a mafia song, but the guy singing it should have been the guy from Shut Up Your Face singing this song. About Somehow Chicago was killed by the fucking mafia? I don't know. Tommy, that was a strong one. And again, another one from the 70s. Let's go over here to Tim. Tim, DC.
Hey, guys. Hanson, Mbop.
Couldn't disagree more. It's a kid's song, and it's actually a pretty catchy pop song.
Well, when this song came out, I was like at an age where I was like, I like punk music, and I felt like, I would be too cool to listen to pop music, and I fucking loved this song.
Let's go over here to David in Tennessee.
Hey, hello, Ronnie.
Yeah.
The 70s again. You Light Up My Life. I think it was Debbie Boone. You could not get away from that horribly boring song.
It was a massive song, and it came from a movie that didn't do all that well. Earl, you loving it?
I loathe this song for a number of reasons.
I think this was nominated, if not won the Oscar.
That's crazy. This is exactly the exact kind of thing I'm thinking about. Cause
hold on, we're kicking in. Diddy Kong lip sync this. Chris, you want to make sure you're paying attention to levels. And Diddy Kong was from Greece around the same time as Greece. Number one position for 10 weeks. 10 straight fucking
insane.
weeks.
Yeah, that record held up for a while, too.
Held up to who?
Record for most weeks at number one.
Yes, consecutive means that.
Yeah.
10 consecutive
weeks.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And then he said, and also held up. That's 10 straight weeks, 2.5 months. But also, I want you guys to remember this. Payola was gigantic in these days. Payola was... And this came out, right? When the Ramones came out.
Yeah.
So Ramones don't get played. Now, also, I remember this very well. So she's Pat Boone's daughter. And I think when this album came out, they were talking with Pat, and he said, he was a strict father and still gives her bare-ass spankings.
Oh, God, no. No.
Hey, it's our buddy Pit Duck.
Hey, Ronnie, just for that song, that did win the Oscar, but I think they got the right of the song just a few years ago for sexual assault or rape or something like that.
It all comes together.
Anyway, my song is one that probably you will already remember. I remember thinking it was a little catchy. I listened to it the whole way through. This is the early 70s, but then at the end of it, I went, what the fuck? It's called Timothy.
All right, so Timothy was even banned in some markets because it was maybe about cannibalism, but then they actually had to say, but there's some kind of like wheat or straw is also called Timothy. So, trapped in a mine, eating your friend. Thanks, Pit Doc. That was a real obscure one. Rob, Harrisburg. Rob.
Okay, Bennington family, how you guys doing? Sherry by the Four Seasons. I've yet to figure out how people in 1962 kept that song number one for 5 weeks, a week in the R&B charts at number one.
I'm telling you, when I went to see Jersey Boys and they did this song, the fucking place went crazy.
It's beloved.
Yeah, I don't get
it's
it.
beloved. This song is beloved. This was a bring it down, Chris. You're producing. Earl, I'm going to throw this to you. This is like if you were doing a movie and you wanted to say what year it was, you would just play this song. It's one of those shorthand songs that we realize where we are. Do you dig this song or not?
I never liked the vocal. It sounded whiny to me. The arrangements kill. Everything else about it is great. I was never crazy about the vocal.
That's one of the most famous voices of all time. Frankie Valli is a fucking 50-year plus star. They still tour, with Frankie Valli doing this thing and kills. Let's go over to Kevin. Kevin in Houston.
What's up, buddies?
Hey, buddy.
Pearl Jam did a cover of Last Kiss in the, I guess it's probably the early 2000s. That fucking song is horrendous.
Now, it was a 60s song, And when Pearl Jam played it, it played on all kinds of new rock stations, including when I was working.
Yeah.
Yeah. This, of course, was covered by Twin Oaks' own The Whereabouts. This is one of the first story songs. Like when I was a little kid, I'm like, oh, I get it. And then I think it's the first time I knew that you could die in a car.
Really?
I'm like, what the fuck?
So
There's a part of this song where, she's on the ground and she says to him, "Hold me, baby, for a little while." It made me cry when I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah. It still makes me cry. Like that line is heartbreaking.
You won't cry at this version, though.
Right.
But the other one, he just hits a perfect note. Let's go over here to Chuck. Chuck in Missouri.
Hi, Benningtons. How you doing today?
Great, man.
Hey, 1968, Richard Harris, MacArthur Park. How in the hell did that get on the radio?
Well, not only was it a hit then, it was a hit 10 years after with Donna Summer. It's written by one of the greatest songwriters of all time, Jimmy Webb, same guy who wrote Rhinestone Cowboy.
Right.
He takes a ton of shit for it. There's got to be something about, I mean, people hate the symbolism of the cake,
right?
Obviously, because they think it's literally about a cake.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy the Donna Summer version, and I've listened to it many a time.
Donna Summer is just fucking unbelievable singer too, though. Let's go over here to Mark. Mark in Vermont. What's up? No, we don't have.
Doesn't seem like it now.
All right, sorry, Mark. Try one more time. Here is, and by the way, 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. Gail came up with the premise. How was this even a hit? And there's just tons of them. And I've always wondered about that. I've always wondered, is there some great fucking song that never became a hit while this song was shitting all over radio? And why does a massive amount of people like what's in the zeitgeist?
Right.
Some of these things can be not just like a weird hit for a moment, but for a long time. Scotty. Yeah.
Bennington, how are we? Checking in from the beautiful Finger Lakes in upstate New York here. How about that fucking horrible song, "We Built This City on Rock and Roll"?
It's a very embarrassing song. Remember, this is the same singer who did White Rabbit.
Yeah.
One of the fucking great songs of all time. When we first did GPS, they wanted to put that in the beginning. And it was almost like a breakup between us. We almost did not.
I don't blame you for fighting over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were confused.
Hey, Ken in Maryland. What's up?
Hey, Bennington, it's nice to talk to you today. Thank you, Gail. This is great. I've been on the car for about a half hour singing along to every song that you put up there. So I don't know why I remember the words, but I remember every word except for Timothy. I thought Cherokee Nation was one of the worst songs I've ever heard.
Who does Cherokee Nation? I don't think I know it.
It was a one-hit wonder. And of course, none of them were Cherokee. And Chris, do you have this ready to go?
I don't have the band.
This actually seems like a Broadway song in a movie, like a bad play about Native American people.
It also seems like, hey, don't sing for us, man.
Yeah.
Dave in Columbus. How did this ever become a hit?
Hey, it's kind of a seasonal hit. Boris the Spider by The Who.
Yeah, I would disagree that you could ever put this in hit mode, but I will say this. I've seen The Who many, many times. Place, anytime they ever did it, everyone went crazy. Chris in Philly.
Hey, guys. I think this became a hit because Robin Williams was in the video, but Don't Worry, Be Happy in the late 80s.
Unbelievably frustrating, terrible song.
I would agree. I would agree that this is like, why would this be popular? This is clearly an irritating song.
This was the 80s, and maybe it was because it was summer. And I remember this came right after Kokomo, another song I fucking hated.
Oh, yeah.
So we went from Kokomo to this.
God, that's funny. Now it makes sense. Like, I always associate that, but that's like the same time period.
Yeah.
Just sounds like bad, like Florida vacation music almost.
Not only that, but people would be selling shirts that would look like the Frankie Go to Hollywood to say, "Don't worry, be happy." Oh, I hated it. Mark in Richfield.
Hey, guys. This is bringing back nightmares of laying in my bed with my clock radio from the 70s. Paper Lace, Billy, Don't Be a Hero.
It's not Paper Lace who did that song. Let me see. Oh, it's Bo Don.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and this shows up, I believe, his name. But what's funny about this is it was about a guy going off to Vietnam.
Right.
And his girlfriend's telling him,
"Don't be a hero. Run."
Listen how horrible. A friend of mine, Wardy, his older brother, was over in Vietnam. And when this song came out, he goes, the one thing that you didn't have to tell anyone was to keep your fucking head low in Vietnam. Also, though, you know what he told me that they listened to the whole time they were in Vietnam?
What's that?
The Point. The album The Point.
I love that
and that's just heartbreaking. Here's our buddy Johnny Gogo.
What's happening, Bennington?
Hey, how's it going?
Long time.
Good. Yeah, long time no talk. There's two from Meatloaf, and I get the first one.
Why only two?
But he literally I'll do anything but that. Like it's painful. I get the shtick of the first one, kind of like sing along at a wedding song.
No, not for me.
But the next one is they're just both so terrible.
Yeah, there's really, really bad stuff. And this was really written. The guy Jim Steinham who wrote this really was like a Broadway writer who found. And it was, you could say, oh, well, yeah, he did it with Meatloaf, but he did it with other people.
Right.
He did it over and over. He had some way of getting people to love bad songs.
Yeah, Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart, he wrote that. He wrote Celine Dion's, was that It All Coming Back to Me Now?
Isn't it funny the way Earl always likes to specify for me?
Yeah, you know the deets.
He specifies.
You know the deets, Earl.
John in Virginia, what's up?
Hey, buddies. Hi, Carol. I missed the third mic today. Makes me laugh a lot. But anyway, the movie Fame. I want to live without you.
No, I want to live forever. But, you know, this was, it might have even also won the Oscar, or at least was nominated. It does fit what the movie was about,
right?
You know? And they literally called that the Fame School now.
Yes.
LaGuardia gets called, she went to the Fame School.
But just so you know, it was also based on the Professional Performing Arts High School.
I'll say this. I'm easier on a song if it was written for a movie. I could even say the same thing about a TV show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't judge a TV theme the way I would anything else, even if it makes the radio, because you're stuck in a certain box. You have to tell a story.
Right.
That's not like you just going out of your way to write Billy, Don't Be a Hero.
Right.
Now, if there was a Vietnam movie and there was a guy named Billy and his girlfriend didn't want him to be a hero, that song would still suck. Lewis in Manhattan, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, what's up, guys? I got another song from the 70s. I've been hating this song for so fucking long. The intro, as soon as I hear the intro, I don't think I've heard the song in years, because as soon as I heard the intro, I turned it off.
What's
and that? That's that Hooked on a Feeling. That fucking Ooga Chooga song.
Now, you get on the other side of the Ooga Chaga and you get a nice pop song. Now, was that a song from the 60s? Hooked on a Feeling?
Yeah,
I believe it was the 70s.
I know, but I'm trying to say, is this a remake of a song?
Not that I know of, no.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was looking it up on Wikipedia, and they showed a picture of like a black and white picture of some guy from like the 60s.
Right,
and then they mentioned...
Chris, you looking this up? You following along, right?
Yep.
All right, turn this down, because it's the Ooga Chaga that's the annoying part.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
It was originally performed by B.J. Thomas.
No, that's the one that we heard, right?
No, that was...
that's Sweetie, Blue Sweetie.
That's Blue Suede did this version.
Blue Sweetie. All right, get to B.J. Thomas. He was the guy who did Raindrops Keep
Right,
Falling on My
okay.
Head. He had a run of hits. Let's take a listen to his version. Yeah, I don't know why they ever did the Ooga Chug.
Just so maybe, I guess. So later, Baby could dance to it.
By the way, Earl, oh God, that was like the first fucking
Yes.
meme. Oh, are you a little freaked out that you came in with a fact that was wrong? Music fact?
You can't all be singers.
Yeah, they have to be. You know what I mean? Like if you were fucking flying a plane, they all have to go well. You know what I mean? You can't say to a pilot, hey, you had an off day. You hit a tree. Let's look at the good things you've done. Mike in Indiana.
Hey, how's it going? I think you guys are successfully programming a new Sirius station with this.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Yeah. Could be a fun weekend of shit songs.
It's shit song weekend.
I'm driving to Florida right now. I'd shoot myself in the head. It would be wonderful. So I would say that immediately, I was talking the other day, it came to mind, that song by the Crash Test Dummies. You know, once there was
like the
this
only
girl.
song, too.
Yeah. A friend of
Probably.
mine was at a weird, he was on the road and was at a weird strip club, and a girl danced to this song. And he was like, it was like the creepiest moment of his life. Like, that's something out of like a Lynch film or something.
Yeah, it's Blue Velvet. Here's our buddy Liz Sets Fire. Hey, Liz.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
So I actually love this song, but I realize how ridiculous it is, and I don't know how it ever became popular, and it's Paul Simon's You Can Call Me Al.
Yeah, this was a giant hit.
I know that it's disliked, and I'm sure it's just because it might be in a very nice place, like a memory place for me,
Yeah.
but I don't
Yeah.
dislike this song. But I totally understand why this would be annoying to people.
I think because I was a kid and they used to play it on MTV constantly.
Yeah, it was a
and
giant hit.
so
It's a huge hit.
It's a big. It holds a dear spot in my heart, but it's not a good song.
Maybe it's Chevy.
I'm going to disagree, and I also think there's some fucking until you get to the hook.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it, the whole line of "Why am I soft in the middle while the rest of my life is so hard?" Poetry. That's fucking. He nails it. But the "You Can Call Me Out" part is pretty annoying. It's mom music.
Right.
What about?
Didn't somebody else come out at the end of this too? Was it just the two of them?
I thought it was just the two of them. I just thought it was him and Chevy.
All right, thanks, Sterling. Adam in Canada. Adam.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I got the song that's not only, has no business being on the radio, but it's an insult to anybody with ears. It should have completely destroyed the reputation of the band. It's The Reflex by Duran Duran.
Well, this came, boy, they had a couple of hits, but they literally tried to invent a new dance with the Reflex. I think we got to jump into a break here, Jay.
All right.
Coming up, this is Bonsai Week.
Yes, it is. Bonsai Week. It's the 8th annual Bennington Bonsai Contest. It's happening this Super Bowl Sunday. Be the first person to tweet #Bonsai at Bennington Show on Twitter, and you can win a ball signed by Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles.
Look, why don't we just act like people, since we've done it for 8 years, we don't need to read it like that. It's Super Bowl. You remember this. You're watching the Super Bowl. All you do when you see the first interception of the game is #Bonsai. The first person wins last year's MVP sign ball. Nick Foles. Go to the ibang.com for all the rules, but you just want to be the fastest person to jump into it. Now you'll be sitting around at your Super Bowl parties and just ready to click that in. Exciting. We're right back. This is Bennington.
Faction Talk 103. It's the Bennington Show.
What most people don't realize about working in radio is that it's hungry work. I mean it. And cooking can seem like a chore, but that's where HelloFresh comes in.
They take the guesswork out of cooking by offering wide-ranging menu with classics that we know and love, like Chipotle Spice Steak, Gorgeous Greens Farro Bowl, to recipes you might not be as familiar with, courtesy of their gourmet menu for just $6.99 per serving.
And they deliver it all to your doorstep, pre-measured, so all you have to do is follow the recipe. It could not be easier.
That's what makes HelloFresh America's #1 meal kit. For a total of $80 off, that's $20 off your first 4 boxes. Visit HelloFresh.com/Bennington and enter Bennington80. That's HelloFresh.com/Bennington.
Bennington Show. Make sure that you're watching the Super Bowl with us. We are giving away a signed Nick Foles ball and probably have a backup ball even better than that. I know who it is, but everyone's like, no, don't promote it. It's much bigger than Nick Foles, though. All right, let me see the dish thing. Chris, I want you to look. I don't know who writes up the dish. You?
Vito does.
This?
I thought you meant something else. No, that's the traffic department here at
All
Sirius
right,
XM.
so here's what I want you to do, and Gail and I will read along. It's just go ahead and read it as if it was written.
Upgrade to Dish and take your home TV anywhere, no matter where you are with the Dish
Now,
Anywhere
hold
app.
on. That it says it's anywhere, period.
Yeah.
And then no matter where you are, comma, with the Dish Anywhere app.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the thing should be the way he mistakenly read it.
Right, exactly.
But I'm following the
punctuation.
Yeah. Crazy. Just crazy. Aaron in Ohio.
Oh, hey, Ron.
Yeah.
What's up? Got a song going back to the 80s, that sounds like Ennio Morricone after the stroke. Mexican Radio by Wall of Voodoo.
Oh, we kind of stopped playing that, but you couldn't be more wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's a fucking great song.
I love this song.
Yeah, let's go over here. Let's go to Jeremy in Toronto.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
So, terrible song by a band that I think is tasteless. All Night Long by Kiss.
Again, I'm going to disagree. This is a rock and roll anthem.
Yeah, and this isn't even like your favorite band, but you've always said you do like.
Anybody would love this song.
You got
This
to
is
give
a
it
great
some of this.
fucking 70s rock and roll song. Each his own. All right, it's the Bennington Show. This is a story that I got a kick out of. People in Sundance are concerned because there's a Ted Bundy out. Ted Bundy, he's the serial killer, and they say Zac Efron is playing him, and he's completely hot, and they're upset about it.
Was Bundy the one that they said was hot anyway? Is he the hot serial killer?
Yeah, but he's actually ugly. Like if you say him compared to a Zac Efron, no. But that's gone. The Zac Efron's gone. But also, let me tell you this: there's a Michael Jackson documentary that's out that they said knocked the shit out of people because they brought up some grown-ups who talked about what happened to them at Neverland. But they said, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. She saw it.
Yeah.
He said at the end of this movie, you can hear a pin drop. It was stone cold silence.
But couldn't we all hear a pin drop?
I mean, it's a movie theater. We should all be
Yeah.
silent.
No, but I usually get applause. You get this and that, but everyone just got up and just kind of walked out shell shocked.
Now, here's what I heard though. At the parties, they were still playing Michael Jackson music.
Really?
So, when people act like, oh, Louis C.K. or Bill Cosby, you don't do that when it comes to music. You know what I mean? You got plenty of bad examples, but it doesn't fucking stop you from loving that music.
I heard that the film is really disturbing, but like a fantastic documentary. It's like 4 hours long. That's probably more than I can handle on child rape. I feel like that's going to
It's
be...
going to probably come to Netflix and you'll see it over 2 nights. And but there's a lot of people that are saying because of the documentary that apparently only black people watched. What was the name of that one?
R. Kelly?
Yeah, but didn't it have a funny
Surviving
name?
R. Kelly.
Thank you. Surviving R. Kelly. And people are like, I'm done. I'll never listen to R. Kelly again. I think it's going to be impossible to do that with child rapist Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I
Now,
mean,
for me, I'm happy about this because I really most love
Baby Michael.
Yes, who was probably a victim. I was
Yes.
going to say victim Michael Jackson, but that's what something was probably happening to him. I'm going to say probably at Motown.
Oh, God.
Girl.
There's been stories. There's been a lot of stories because apparently there was right before they got a deal. There was reportedly a missing month of Motown official and Michael.
Is it a household name?
Yes, it is.
Write it down for me. Send it in.
Yes,
I don't want you to be sued, Earl, because you've been saving up your money for a rainy day, and I'd hate to see you lose it.
It is being written right now.
Man, what are you doing? Calligraphy, Earl?
He wrote his full name, date of birth, Soch.
Here comes the big, heavy,
the big fat messenger.
Big fat messenger. All right, let me take a look at this. This would be.
Oh my goodness! This is not what I thought was going to be written here.
And I doubt it because the person that you wrote is a woman, and women have a tendency not to do that.
It has been. It is kind of the Motown legend that isn't talked about, but yes, that is the name.
I thought you were just going to write his dad, but you have written.
Oh, don't say it, just in case.
Should I just give out the?
No, don't give out the initials. Someone will figure.
Nobody will guess those.
Yeah, they will.
But does that mean that maybe what Prince was singing about in his song? Perhaps. It's gonna be. Oh, so you're gonna love this. I know that you're a Brooklyn girl. And there's and I know Billy Berg is your favorite. There's going to be a Quentin Tarantino themed bar coming too. And it's actually somebody who worked on the movie. And what did they do for him?
They were the art designer.
They were the art designer. So they've got a bunch of the Kill Bill stuff, the actual Kill Bill stuff.
The bar is supposed to be like the one from Inglourious Bastards, the bar itself.
I don't know why they would pick out of all the bars in Glorious Bastards.
Yeah.
But this is why you're going to love it, Gail. Because you'll be able to get the Kill Switch burgers, the Hateful Eight chicken wings, and the Death Proof chili. That's my favorite. We're all going.
What do you mean kill? Why not Big Kahuna Burger?
Oh, they could be sued for that.
Okay.
There's also the Bloody Bride Mojito and the Tarantino iced tea.
I'm not even trying that one. Tarantino iced tea.
Instead of Long Island iced tea, it's Tarantino. Get it?
Yeah, I guess. It just doesn't seem like you're trying very hard.
And just the Kill Bar Moscow Mule.
I wouldn't. I don't normally talk about this, Gail, but a friend of your mom's years ago made out with Mr. Quentin Tarantino down in the Village.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hey, Greg in PA.
So I was thinking about the Michael Jackson thing, and I think the reason that that music's never going anywhere is because it almost seems like a different person when you look at the beated Michael Jackson and Thriller and all that body dysmorphia he went through, and then you look at the 90s and early 2000s Michael Jackson, like a different guy. He looks like Blade from the Puppet Master movie. That little puppet.
Yeah, I don't think we go by what someone looks like when it comes to whether they're a pederast or not.
Yeah,
no jury would convict him. He's an entirely different man.
They couldn't. The jury couldn't be like, well, he got a lot fatter, so I guess that's why he did it. I guess that's why he became a murderer. And Chris, I was talking about you in particular, and you're murderous.
Just can't get rid of this fat.
So I'm gonna kill.
I need to kill.
It's fat making.
Kill. Yeah, you gotta go pump.
I do.
While you're gone, we'll talk football.
There's also a Fight Club themed bar on 2nd Avenue here in the city called Durden's. Have you been there? I've been there a couple of times. First of all, I just thought it was called Durden's because I thought it was just an Irish bar. But then someone pointed out, wait, there's pictures of Brad Pitt and Ed Norton on the walls, and the bathroom is called, I think, Marlo Singer's for the ladies' room.
There also used to be a place in New York, I don't know whether it's still here, called Nice Guy Eddie's. It was like a fucking dive bar based on Nice Guy Eddie from Reservoir Dogs.
That's really cool.
Now, I was looking at something. It must have been like a BuzzFeed thing of and it was like 25 things that seem to happen in movies but don't in real life. And they would say the hero going into a bar by himself. And they thought that that was a peculiar thing, a man going into a bar, not with a friend, but just sitting at the bar and drinking. That is the first sign of an alcoholic.
I mean, I've done that plenty of times. I don't think that's a problem.
Do you look to get in a conversation or just quietly drink alone?
Quietly drink alone.
Alcoholic.
I didn't think of it like that.
Well, I would say this. I think it's very acceptable at, let's say, a hotel bar. Man's cramped up in his room, doesn't want to be there. Go down and have a little sippy sip. Maybe make a friend or two with a prostitute.
I'll just go. I'll go to the bar. Like I'm just going to drink here for a while, and then when I'm done drinking, I'll leave. And I don't want to.
Do you do that in your own neighborhood?
Oh yeah, I do that. The Mad Donkey is a good bar for that over in Astoria, Queens.
Just going to a place called the Mad Donkey is a problem.
There's peanuts on the floor.
Now, Earl doesn't drink at all. I no longer drink. And let's check with Vito. Vito, have you ever sat down at a bar by yourself and drank?
I've only done that when I'm like waiting for somebody. I don't just go to a bar.
You wouldn't be like, I'm bored, I'm going to go to a bar, watch the game, and drink.
No, I wouldn't do that.
We got any kind of edgy medicine in there?
Yeah.
So just you right now, Chris.
I feel kind of singled out here, but I don't think there's any problem especially going to watch football by myself at a bar. That's fucking sounds like a good afternoon.
Aaron, San Antonio.
Hey, so I had just an idea. Since you guys are into music and specifically rock and roll, I was wondering if you'd be willing to give me a review, kind of y'all's point of view. If I gave you my music, it's on iTunes.
You know what? We just may have the time. Now, here's the thing. Earl Douglas is called the man with the golden ear. He picked
even if it's off there, I'd love to hear it.
He has picked out so many tunes. Now, is this you by yourself, Aaron, or are you with your group?
Actually, I recorded all the instruments to it myself, and then I have the singer on top.
So you sing as well?
Yeah, I do the background stuff. Yeah, but I have a singer who does like the real job on it.
Oh, who's the lead? What's the lead singer's name there?
His name is Dexter Haskins.
So he's almost like a Jeff Beck here, Earl.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And and you live in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like what you would call a Texas kind of sound?
Some of it. We put out a 6-song EP. Some of it's a little southern. It definitely has a Texas sound to it, but the track specifically that we're going to be pushing next is it's more straightforward rock and roll, but the one that I wanted you guys to hear is, I've heard it sounds kind of a little bit cultish, a little bit of AC/DC in there. So it's just a mix, I think, what people are missing right now.
What's the name of the song?
The name of the song that I was just talking about right now is called Live and Loud.
And what's the name of the band?
The name of the band is called The Rambling Souls.
All right. We're going to look for it here.
Got it.
All right, you got hold on.
Yeah, it's all legit stuff. It's mastered and everything. So
I'm going to put you on hold while we play this. All right, Aaron?
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate
We'll
it.
be right back with you after. And Earl Douglas will give you, the man with the golden ear, will decide if you're going to Hollywood or not with this. All right, Aaron and Chris, how do people find that?
It's the Rambling Souls on iTunes. That song is Live and Loud.
Aaron, we're going to let the man with the golden ear and the man with the bronze penis, Black Earl Douglas. Earl, what do you think?
I love the attitude, considering more than the point, you did all the parts, right?
Everything.
Yeah, all the instrumentation.
Did all the instrumentation. First of all, it sounds like a full band is playing in the room. So the production, top notch. Love the attitude. You know, I thought the vocals could have been a little more attitude, but great song. Other than that, fantastic song.
Awesome,
I think
man.
you should go a little deeper lyrically, Aaron.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling, buddy, and congratulations. Come on, come on.
Come on, Live and Loud.
Gonna live around. San Antonio, Texas. Got my friends singing the lead on this.
I'm from San Antonio.
All you people from San Antonio.
That's me.
Throw your fucking hands in the air.
Fuck me.
Everybody here rocks hard.
I love rocking hard.
Rocking a lot harder than they do in Dallas.
Boo, Dallas.
In San Antonio. That's our hometown and we're real, real proud. Got a basketball team.
Yeah.
Had a nice run, but we're falling off. You got even a little tired of fucking cheering along. I don't blame you. John and Buffalo.
Hey, I agree with Earl. The guy said it was AC/DC cultish, and it sounded great musically. But as soon as the voice kicked in, I thought it needed more, and the lyrics too were kind of sophomoric. But other than that, it sounded great.
Yeah, I would agree. I think he's getting somebody to do the singing out to get a lyricist too. I recommend a friend of mine. His name is Bernie Taupin. Look him up. He's had quite a bit of success across the pond.
Just a little bit.
Come on, come on. Bounce some big tits. We're rocking out. Come on, come on. You might get to blow us after the show.
Yes.
You can eat my ass too. I saw this thing. People were talking about it and said that the millennials are more ass eating. I thought ass eating was always big.
Apparently, ass eating is what millennials love talking about and love doing.
But do they do it as a joke or?
I think it's just.
It's not like you've invented something. Never find it to be that enjoyable. I'm gonna be totally honest. Yeah.
I feel like I feel
eating
bad.
ass. Big fan.
Yeah.
Having my ass eaten? No. Not for me.
I feel bad even asking a woman like, "Hey, you want to eat my?" Not that.
Why would you ask?
Eat my ass.
Come on, come on.
So I just think it's like less taboo amongst the millennials. There's more.
I don't even know if it was ever taboo. I'm just gonna say, just because people didn't have home porn and were able to fucking write something on a fucking internet information highway billboard.
On cyberspace?
Is that what it's called? Cyberspace?
One of the early terms for the internet was cyberspace. That's, I think, where cyber sexing came from.
That's one. I've never heard that one either.
Yeah.
Ba-bum, ba-bum. Maybe we ought to put his song in the Memphis GPS you're putting together for us, Earl.
Do it, Earl.
Well, he's not from Memphis. He's from San Antonio.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't have to we make the rules, Earl. We can break them.
Back in the early AOL days, I ended up cyber sexing, but I said I was a girl. And I was like,
I did that too.
And I think
just fuck with people.
No, I think I was
getting
just
off on it a little bit.
I think I was getting off on it a little bit, and then until one time I was sexing with a dude, and he was like, "How many fingers you have in your pussy?" And I said 7. I think that blew the fucking fantasy.
I would always do it, and I would even do this during the show, and then I'd go like, "You're cyber sexing with a dude," and I go like this. Now make sure you lick my fucking nuts too. And he's like, "What?" And I go, "Nothing, just keep going." And he'd be like, "You said lick your nuts." And I would go, "Oh, I thought you meant, I meant to write my pussy."
That's fucking great.
And then he would get back into it. And I'd say, "Suck on that fucking big, thick shaft." And then you would see him just disappear. Remember how people would disappear? Well, like, at least say, "Fuck you."
Joe has left the chat.
I'm trying to laugh, but. All right, we're going to talk. We're going to do our big fucking picks for the Super Bowl. But here's what I'm going to say. You don't have to stay with it. You can change by Friday.
Oh, okay.
Where you are now.
Yeah.
Now, before I say that, Joe Montana is part of this group that's investing very heavily into legal weed. And I know a lot of people that are doing that now. And I have an opinion about this. I really feel like you missed the boat because the real money was when you invested in illegal weed. That markup there was unbelievable. It was fucking tax-free.
And just as many people still wanted it.
Everybody, the same amount of people wanted it.
Yeah.
You think more people want it because they can go to a 7-Eleven?
You can still just text someone. It's pretty easy these days.
Earl Douglas?
Yes.
Pick the Super Bowl score right now.
I'm going to say 38-31 Los Angeles.
Los Angeles Rams.
Los Angeles Rams will win the Super Bowl 38-31. Close game.
That is not close. I consider that a blowout.
The New England Patriots, 31. The Rams, 17.
Wow. Yours is a
blowout.
Vito?
24-14 Patriots win.
Now, why do you think such a low-scoring game?
I think the defense is going to be better than
They're going to get Belichick.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like the high-scoring, like that Sunday night disaster from this
I
season.
think one of the reasons I think Brady's going to hold on to the ball a lot. I think he's going to be methodical. And I also think that they went, hey, remember what happened to us last year? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When the Eagles really held the ball quite a bit. But, coaching wise, you got Belichick. This is his 9th fucking game against a guy who in his early 30s.
32.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, there's no way he's being outcoached by Sean McVay. It's just not going to happen.
Now, here's the interesting thing. This kid, Goff, who we all agree is, a really talented young guy.
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Jared.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say this. If they win the Super Bowl, I'm going to have my meme is going to be, I'm going to have and say, he went to Jared. All right. Now, here's what I'm saying. If this fucking kid wins the Super Bowl, do you realize how much that's going to change the way we think about him?
Yes.
Drew Brees has only won one Super Bowl. Fucking Aaron Rodgers has only won one Super Bowl. This kid will be in.
Yeah, after in his 3rd season.
I think and he's not the focal. Is he the focal point of the offense, or is it the running game that's really?
But the quarterback is always the focal point. You know what I mean? Like Terry Bradshaw wasn't the focal point, and he's the fucking QB. There's no other fucking sport where everyone looks to one player as the leader. You know what I mean? Even if you're a leader on the fucking basketball floor, no one thinks, suddenly he's a fucking floor genius if he wins.
And Sean McVay will be. People are already saying Sean McVay's a genius of the way what he's done with them from when Jeff Fisher was with the Rams. And if he's able to get this Super Bowl,
well, this is the way to know whether somebody's a fucking genius. Do you think there's a genius in fucking Kansas City and he's had an unbelievable winning record over his fucking career? But Reed does not get called a genius.
Yeah, I think the genius. Belichick gets in that category. It's a small category. Of
all right, let's hear your category: all-time geniuses.
Lombardi, Sid Luckman. No, that's Sid Luckman. Who's the guy for the Chargers? AFL.
Eric Coryell.
Eric Coryell.
But by the way, won 0 Super Bowls. Would you say Tom Landry was a genius?
Tom Landry, yes. Bill Walsh, definitely. I would put very high up there. In my opinion, changed the game forever with the West Coast offense.
Yet he didn't invent it.
George Halas.
Now, would you say what's his name in Chuck in Pittsburgh?
Chuck Noll?
Yeah. No one ever gives him the genius thing. 4-0. 4-0.
I guess in a way, he is a genius for making the defense the focal point of the game because the defense was
It was every time back then anyway. I'm starting to worry about you, Earl. I don't know where you go. Right now, you're calling everybody a fucking genius, according to Sid Luckman, too.
It's a big club. Maybe he's concussed.
And how do you give Don Coryell the fucking thing when he never won a fucking... I don't even think he went to a Super Bowl, did he?
No, never went to a Super Bowl, but...
What's he a genius on? He was good at math? Was he like those fucking black chicks that used to write up the fucking numbers to make sure that everybody went to the moon properly? I love those girls.
They don't have any Super Bowls, though.
Come on.
Nah, man.
Right now, I can't see anyone but the Patriots winning.
What they did to the Chiefs was just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I
And
thought for
brilliant.
sure they were going to lose to the Chiefs. Still.
Yeah, because it was a shootout the first time they played. And Bill
The
Belichick.
second half was a fucking shoot. I mean, the Chiefs scored 31 points in the second half. They would have fucking scored anything in the first half. They'd be on their way to fucking hot Atlanta to have some hot wings. Somebody said that that the Super Bowl halftime show is over.
USA Today declared it. They said, "Rest in peace, Super Bowl halftime show," because of all the people turning it down this year. And then
Who all turned it down? I didn't even know.
I think Rihanna was the first person to turn it down because she said Jay-Z told her not to do it because he's friends with Kaepernick.
Here's what the other problem is. There's really not a lot of big names left that haven't done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have those marquee guys that or ladies that can carry.
I like the way that you added the ladies in too, man.
Carrying like 15 minutes because you couldn't go to the Gaga well again. You couldn't go to like let's say a Madonna, like some of those guys, some of those artists that know how to really carry that. No, because it's only 15 minutes the whole show.
Yeah, but that's not the point. It's 15 minutes of TV, not 15 minutes at a fucking stadium.
Of the most watched TV show.
And quite frankly, and I was thinking of this watching Meek Mills, and people might disagree with me. Whatever people like about rap and hip hop, it does not come through on TV.
No, not at all. Even like I've been to some hip hop live shows, and they were not the same amount of energy as like a rock show. It's really weird. It's a very strange thing, and I don't think a Travis Scott's going to go over very well in the fucking Super Bowl.
Earl, where do you feel about that?
Well, with hip hop, it's the best analogy. A friend of mine once said watching a hip hop show is like watching the record spin because you basically have one person on the stage. You have a million guys on there who aren't doing anything. There's no.
I like those guys though. They're fucking bleeding that fucker. You tell me that isn't anything.
You know, like there's just a different energy because basically you're singing to a track. You know, as opposed to the feel of a live show. It's just not the same.
Who would you put? Let's say you just got hired. You have to fucking book the Super Bowl halftime show for this year. You can't fuck it up, Earl. Who do you book?
I would have went Foo Fighters. They can do a stadium show. They have hits. They're a name band. A lot of energy. You know, who has more energy than Dave
None
Grohl?
of the pop kids care about them, and none of the hip hop kids care. They're gonna. Who are these food fighters?
But even during Prince's Super Bowl halftime show, what song did he reference to it? He referenced the Foo Fighters song.
Yes, but guess what? He's fucking Prince. He's Prince. I'm not saying the best fucking songwriters come out. And by the way, I would love it. The Foo Fighters, I'd be fucking happy. But I'm thinking of people all around the country. You really got to be a big rock or pop act. And rock isn't big enough. It's no one's fucking fault.
It would have to be Taylor Swift, I think, would be the name that and she also has she's collaborated with rappers. One of her bigger songs, I think, had Kendrick Lamar.
I'm going to feel like I'm going to fucking kill myself during that show.
I'm not going to be. That's not going to appeal to me.
Well, then, what are you talking about? Then?
This is for the Super Bowl. I mean, I figured that's the name that people would want.
I think moms and daughters would love it. I don't know if anybody else would. Vito, you got a name?
I mean, I'm biased, but I've seen the guy put on a ton of live shows, and they're always high energy and fun. I do Childish Gambino.
I can't talk to you if you're going to have the same answer.
He's
this is what I had to get him out of the fish thing.
He's high energy. His high energy, his music translates.
We
well,
just sat around saying hip hop doesn't fucking cover
but
it.
he uses a live band. It's not just a.
Just get.
And he has one hit. That's This Is America, and that was for the video more than the song.
Can I just say something to fuck about the Childish Gambino? I want you to look right in my eyes when I say this. Vito, okay? Stare me in the eyes.
Look at him.
I'm just going to say thank you next and leave it at that.
That's the person. The book.
Here's what would be fucking great. So she's out there. She's singing thank you next. And fucking Pete Davidson's walking out on stage. Place goes crazy.
We would never stop talking about.
I mean, we don't have a lot of stars these days, Earl. Not a lot of fucking mass appeal. Earl, when you were younger, there was fucking Nat King Cole. There was Sammy Davis Jr.
It wasn't that far back.
Really? You're not that old?
Not that old, no.
That surprises me.
I mean, me, it was like, was it Prince, Michael Jackson, Madonna? Those were the big names.
All three of them pederast.
Wait a minute, who? Madonna's a pederast?
No, but there was that other name you gave me.
Prince?
I don't know if Madonna, has she done the halftime show before?
I think she showed up.
No, she did a halftime show.
She did the halftime show.
Oh,
Yes.
no, MIA showed up during her halftime show.
By the way, I'm not a big fan of that.
MIA or the guest appearances?
What do you think? What do you think? I'm just going to sit here and attack MIA? Yeah, I was making the point, and come on over and grab a seat. I'd love to have you in for this.
All right.
Y'all milked out?
Yeah. Really solid 7 ounces, you guys.
Oh, I don't know how much that is. I mean, it's about the old Miller Nip size. I believe that was 7 or 8 ounces. But I don't know whether you saw that thing. A woman is suing the fire department because she had to do it in front of everybody that she worked with.
No.
Yeah, they
I did
didn't have
not.
a place for her. They said just sit over there and do it in
Yeah.
the firehouse or something.
Well, here's a bigger reason. It's not just about like your decency, but sometimes also if you feel stressed, if you feel anxious, your supply will go down.
Right.
So that's why you need a nice, private, quiet place. Maybe look at some pictures of your baby, maybe FaceTime the baby.
You know who would disagree with you? Louis C.K. The more the merrier, he said. By the way, he played a place out, I think out west. And they just start writing his jokes again. You know what I mean? But at one point he said that the reason he did it is that he's mentally ill. Which it really made me laugh. Because I think mental illness is the number one thing. And everything that we talk about in this country, it's mental illness.
Crime. Most crime
is mentally ill. You can't
Yeah.
even get away with it. You know? I was also bringing this up. Because I have some friends who are clinically depressed, I'm never allowed to say I'm depressed.
Yeah.
It's become what I call the D word.
Yeah, people don't take kindly to being like, "Oh my God, I'm so depressed."
But
I forgot.
am. There's not another word for it.
Right. But they really don't like when somebody's just like, "I missed the Masked Singer last night. I'm so depressed." But it's like if I feel
But I am sad and depressed. I mean, are you supposed to say you can't say that you're in love unless you hit a certain mark with it?
Right. I remember once on air I said like that I couldn't relate to depression, but I could relate to the idea of being like manic depressive or bipolar disorder.
Yeah,
and someone was like, "How dare you?"
I'll double dog dare.
I'm just saying I have high highs and low lows. I mean, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm sorry.
I have medium highs and medium lows. Most of the time, I go like this. I think I'm happily sad. But, I mean, if you don't like that, then you have to make up a new word. I say leave depression with us. You come up with something new like super depression. No, I just say I was in a super depression.
No, for real this time. This was a super
I'm
depression.
going to be honest with you. I think I'm getting a sore throat.
No, really?
I think it just started a couple minutes ago. Oh, so we were saying Earl was bringing up Foo Fighters as a halftime show. There's no one left really that would like the whole country could love,
Right.
Like a Mike Jackson pre-Neverland,
Right.
before he started raping so much.
Or the perfect Prince one, which nothing
was ever going to beat it.
Nothing.
You could put the Beatles back together. We were riding up with a guy from another floor, and he saw a friend of his who works here at Sirius, and he told him that the Beatles channel is his dad's favorite channel. And then I said to him, you would think, and he goes, he listens to it constantly around the clock. I go, you would think he would have bought the albums by now. I mean, I know it's expensive to get all the albums, but he had 55 years. And then I was saying to the guy that works in the Beatles channel, I love when they do the Beatles 4 because somebody will always bring up the Ed Sullivan Show. I was watching the Ed Sullivan Show. Is it driving you crazy?
I'm going to get it.
Go ahead. I figured I would leave it until we had a free moment.
But I'm just afraid you're going to roll over your cigar.
Who gives a fuck?
Looks
You know
like
how many cigars I got? 82,000.
What? That's too many.
You know what I say when I'm done a cigar? Thank you, next. What's that girl's name again? I forget it.
Ariana Grande.
So we were saying the perfect thing would be Ariana Grande doing it, and then Pete Davidson just comes walking.
Oh my God.
Thank you, next.
And then they just like stare at each other nose to nose like wrestling.
Yeah. That would be fucking great.
Hope they make out if it happens.
Chris wanted Taylor Swift.
T-Swift?
This makes the most sense.
I'd want her to come out, shit in the bucket, and throw it.
It'd be amazing.
Is there another big pop star that hasn't done it?
Left. There's nobody left.
Billy Joel? Would that not appeal to everyone?
Why are you trying to fight yourself?
Yeah, don't.
You got to be like Billy Joel and stand with it.
Let us have a moment to digest your answer.
Is that the sun flashing into my fucking eyes here?
Oh, it is. Yeah. I think it is.
Nightmarish.
It looks like it's like exactly like off a building.
Yeah.
Back around. God.
Hey, Nick. Nick, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
I feel like the point of the Super Bowl halftime show, especially in the past couple years, though, has been to drag in everyone that's not watching the football game. Like, you want football fans for the first and second half, and then you want to bring in everyone who wouldn't be watching it ordinarily, which is where you get, like, your Lady Gagas and stuff like that.
Well, I think here's what happens. I think a lot of non-football fans are already watching because of the parties and stuff like that. But I don't think people would go, I'm not watching the game. I'm just going to watch halftime. But you will take the families, right, who don't normally watch with dad,
right,
and give them a little something.
And now the youngsters are enjoying the Katy Perry halftime show.
Now, instead of like worrying about the kid, I remember in the 80s, they did a 3D show.
I remember this, and everyone like had to get glasses.
Yeah, and it was at somewhere like a 7-Eleven or a McDonald's.
And I
had
was
it.
so excited about this, and I remember being wholly underwhelmed.
Oh, yeah.
Like just being like, "This is what I've been waiting for."
I think you got to see the Niners win. That means anything to you?
It didn't at that time.
Cannon, Omaha, you called us now.
I want to go to Pride Ball now.
Okay, what do you got for us?
Stevie Wonder for your halftime show.
Stevie, I wonder if he's still alive. Earl and I were talking about this. There's no one fucking worse than Stevie Wonder.
Earl, you agreed to that?
Ribbon in the
adore
sky.
Stevie Wonder.
I didn't know that you didn't like him, Earl.
I love Stevie Wonder.
Isn't she lovely, made from... So many terrible fucking songs.
The greatest pop run in history.
That's what I said. I lift the leg and right in his fucking blind face. You know what I'd say? Stevie, the bus got here. Stevie, do you smell cookies baking? Terrible run in pop history. And you know what, dude? You're fucking... You got dreads and you're bald. He has no fucking idea what's going on.
Fashion statement.
And I hate the Black Birthday song. It's lazy, Earl.
Yeah, that one's always kind of like that was the beginning of the cheesy Stevie period.
What's that?
That was the beginning of cheesy Stevie.
No, the cheesy Stevie period was 90% of his fucking career, with a couple of songs in the 70s. And Earl and I disagree on this. I believe he's a singles artist. I believe there hasn't been a human being in the history of the planet who sits down and put on a fucking Stevie Wonder album. So I'll just ask around.
Interesting.
Have you, Chris?
Never.
Have you, Gail?
No, I haven't actually.
And I definitely won't do it.
Songs in the Key of Life is the greatest album ever.
Let me play a minute of it.
Earl, that doesn't sound so good.
That sounds like shit.
I was willing to listen, but then I heard
Earl,
it just sounded like a fart. Earl.
I can't hear over his fucking ass cheek flapping, Earl. That's all I hear is his ass cheek beaten back together.
He's not flatulating throughout 2.5
Please,
albums.
watch the language. You know, there could be kids farting.
I'm as good as Stevie Wonder, Earl. With all my
Why,
farts.
let me hear it.
Ew, wetter than Stevie's.
That's like if Stevie was playing at SeaWorld.
Where are my Grammys then? Why aren't I at the Super Bowl? This is bullshit.
Yeah, okay. Stevie Wonder's not at the Super Bowl.
Give me the gig, Joe.
Ew, it's
Here's
so
the
wet. It's so
I
wet.
know. No, Earl, you see what we're saying now. Anyone who goes to this fucking you know what? Why don't we take them to a supermarket, tell them it's the Super Bowl, and let them fucking sing the Black Birthday song.
Happy Birthday is not a. He's had some cheesy songs, but 71 to 75 Stevie, 76 Stevie is as good as it gets.
Chuck.
Yo.
Hey, buddy.
The way to pick the score is take both teams' average score per game for the season and see how that works. I think that'll be closer than any other guess. You just take their overall.
That's absolutely. I mean, you're calling from Boston, and you know what Belichick will do. The way he fucking coaches the Super Bowl is incredibly different than he coaches early in the season. You should know this, Chuck, because you would lose to the Rams if we played those averages. Defense.
Well, that's the way I picked the score. That's the way I would pick it.
So then, act like you're going with the Rams now. So this is this got brought up. There are a lot of people upset because there are 4 referees in this game that are from Southern California, and we can't sit and move on and enjoy our Super Bowl week because the fucking Saints fan have not stopped crying over a bad call. Okay, everyone gets fucking bad calls. Was your a tremendously bad call? Yeah, it was. But I was watching ESPN today, and I forget which fucking show it was on, but they showed the play before that. The Rams fucking quarterback got his
face mask.
Yeah, got a fucking face mask. What do you want? What the fuck do you want? Everyone gets a bad call. Now I can't fucking sit and tape everything and watch it and fucking keep the game moving along.
Look, you win some and you lose some.
Mm-hmm. So what happened?
You live. You live to fight another day.
Earl, that was Stevie Wonder who came in and said that. Stevie Wonder was the dad in the movie Fridays.
Then I love him.
Now, here's the other thing that made me laugh. So these 4 fucking referees have been living in Southern California for a long time. The Rams have only been back like 3 or 4 fucking years.
3.
Look, would this be bad if there were 4 refs from Philly? Yes. Step in. That fucking game is rigged. 4 refs from Cleveland? Uh-huh. Call the fucking game. But LA, I don't think they're crazy about their Rams.
You don't think they're going to be loyal enough?
They don't
Why would they be?
Yeah.
Here's why they live there. Because they have to fly everywhere in their life. And you might as well live somewhere where it's warm.
Yeah, good point.
What do you want to do? Fly every weekend and come back to fucking upstate New York? Come back to Syracuse?
Reason why LA lost how many teams? What, 3 or 4 teams they left? Because the fan base is kind of fickle at best.
They'll be out for this fucking one. Let's see every fucking celebrity in the world. Andrew.
Hey guys, if you listen to sports radio, the last couple of days, people have been calling up saying they're going to boycott the Super Bowl and not watch it, kind of like what Fez did a couple of years ago.
Yeah, guess what? Fez watches every fucking week. You know what I mean? I don't believe people. I believe people who say they're going to give up donuts more than I believe people that are.
By the way, that's impossible. Can't be done. I guarantee it. No one could go, I think, a full year without a donut.
No one in the history of the world has ever lost weight.
Can't be done.
Nope.
That's why I don't try.
I've proven it.
Yeah. Now, here's the problem we had. Are we going to your house or my house for the Super Bowl?
Oh, your house, I thought.
Okay. Normally, we like to have some foods from each place.
Yeah.
LA doesn't have any specialty foods.
Yeah.
They eat tacos. I'm sorry, isn't that Mexican? Oh, they eat sushi. I'm sorry, that's Japan.
Let's get Dodger dogs.
It's like, and also
Dodger dogs is just fucking hot dog with the works.
I know.
Also, Dodger dog and see what every ingredient is.
Also, what goes with clam chowder?
It's too many years. Look at that. That's a regular fucking.
That's a
hot
regular.
dog.
So
You
we're
got
like,
relish, ketchup, and mustard.
and I can't eat clam chowder and hot dogs.
What do you fucking celebrate?
I mean, that's LA's food. I mean, that's the first.
You're saying it. It's a because
It's just
the
a hot
Dodger
dog.
dog is a hot dog at Dodger Stadium. That's it. There's fucking people all over the world who make their hot dogs the same way. I'll be like this. Can I get the Dodger dog without the ketchup? What's this down here? You're not putting these things in?
What's that? That's got like some sort of
What are you
white
doing?
sauce on it. Go to the white sauce. What's that?
What are you doing, Chris?
That's some sort of a Mexican dog, because that looks like
All right, I'll do that when we're playing Mexico City.
Can't wait.
LA just doesn't have any food identity.
I guess we're just gonna have to get like taco truck food.
Earl, you like the very early Stevie Wonder fingertips?
Loved fingertips.
Let me play a bit of it for you.
Sounds a little bit like a fart.
That's not a
Stevie-
harmonica.
Stevie always thinks that everybody had already left the room. You think that they're always giving him like smaller fucking dressing rooms?
They have to. Why wouldn't they? He's not going to know.
Brick wall view.
Yeah.
In every hotel room.
It's just a janitor's closet.
Now you're being racist, dude.
Okay.
By bringing up janitor.
He knows space, okay? He can feel that he's in the janitor's
I
closet.
wouldn't mind sending him space. I'm waiting for a breaking story. Chris, why don't you plug?
The 8th annual Bennington Bonsai Contest that's happening this Sunday.
Why are we bringing up 8th Avenue?
What?
8th Avenue, peace out.
Tweet hashtag bonsai after the first interception during the Super Bowl, and you can win a Nick Foles sign ball.
Why can't you just talk like yourself?
Just want to make sure I get all the details.
You know the details of stop being an announcer guy.
Okay.
Be a fucking person, man.
Okay.
Be the guy I first fell in love with.
Just be regular old Chris Stanley.
Tweet hashtag bonsai during the Super Bowl. After the first interception, you can win a Nick Foles signed football. All the rules are at theinterbank.com.
Big comedy story breaking. I thought that the Saturday Night Live was a fucking hoot this week, by the way.
I thought so too. Although I can't stay, I make it to Weekend Update every weekend now, and that's as far as I go, and then I fall
All you
asleep.
needed to do. It was
It's
very
usually-
hilarious up to that point.
It's usually
And after-
plenty.
Yeah. After that little stupid kid gets to do a sketch. And that fucking thing just sucked. Why don't I break? When we get back, I'll see if we have this story. It's Bennington Show.
Bennington is back, and this Friday at 4 p.m., the funniest people on the planet will be making their predictions for the big game. It's going to feature 50 different comedians telling us who they think is going to win Super Bowl 53. That's this Friday, 4 p.m., Faction Talk 103, and this is The Bennington Show.
Bennington Show. Man, today's show went fast.
It did. It went really fast.
All right, write down what you think Earl's going to end with today. We have pens here. I just see an empty cup that came out today.
Here, this one.
There should have been pens in there. That will be fixed for tomorrow.
What's going to be fixed tomorrow? Pens?
Oh, we'll have pens tomorrow.
You write yours down, Gail?
I don't have a pen, so I'll have to wait till your pen is done.
I'm fucking show you producing here, Chris.
I know, and I left my pen in the other room. Now here comes Vito with pens.
Thanks.
You didn't give one to...
Okay.
You write yours down, Chris?
Yes. it's
You go
written
first,
down.
then.
The Super Bowl shuffle, because it's Super Bowl week.
Interesting. Gail, what do you have?
I said Stevie Wonder, isn't she lovely?
I'm going to say, well, I like the Stevie Wonder. I mean, the
Yeah.
Super Bowl shuffle is just ridiculous.
Okay. Chalk that up to wrong.
Because we're talking about Stevie Wonder so long. But I think because there's more high energy, I went In the City. Earl, which one did you pick?
I picked "Living in the City" by Stevie Wonder.
Oh, and also I talked to him in the hall. It's literally one of my favorite songs of all time. All right, the big, there's a couple breaking news stories. One is there's a YouTube thing that seems to say that Gad
Elmaleh
is a joke thief. He gets accused of that quite a bit. So somebody's put something together. I haven't looked at it myself, but I can never tell whether the premises are close or whatever. But if anybody is interested, and then there's also an interesting thing that blew up on the weekend on the iBang about Artie Lang, and his he did a podcast. I got to think of the name of the podcast, but Artie said that he was kidnapped and punched in the nose. I got the right now. I got it. Are we still talking about this? But it's my friend Jessica Pilot who does it. But she had her and Artie go back years, and he was on there and said that he was kidnapped over some kind of gambling debt.
Yeah,
punched in the nose, and then I guess he went and snorted the broken glass after that. I don't know. He also said that he had lost so much gambling that he just gave them his beach house.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, I think this about covers it. Fully furnished?
Literally covered. Watch out for the broken glass. I was partying the other day. Isn't she lovely? It's a terrible song.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Really bad.
But Ribbon in the Sky is one of my fucking worst. Really drives me nuts.
It's worse than I Just Called to Say I Love You.
That's my least favorite, actually.
They're
That
all
one
tied
really
so
is
far.
really brutal to me.
That is extra cheese with crackers on top of cheesy Stevie.
Okay, you got to stop it with the cheesy talk. I mean, you've hit it 7 times. None of us have reacted to it. Now you're going to do like ducks are coming in and it's cheese and quackers.
Now that I would have liked.
By the way, I got that from God Emily. I hope it's. So that's up on the iBang today. Gad's people said we'll look into it and get back to you. He's a giant star, though.
He is. International star.
Robin Williams was always accused of the same thing.
Really?
Oh,
I didn't
heavily.
know that.
Heavily to the fact that he wouldn't even go into comedy clubs anymore.
I had no idea. I knew that he didn't do, he stopped doing stand-up.
No. Here's what I mean. He would go to a comedy club, say, can I do a set? They'd say, yeah. And he'd wait outside until they called him up. He would go from the parking lot to the stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because he thought people were just coming up and saying, that's my bit after a while. Because he was paying people.
Right.
I love that idea. That's my bit. Give me fucking $1,800 for it. Mm-hmm. Oh, he passed away now, right?
He did.
I don't speak ill of the dead, except for the Grateful Dead.
You speak ill of them?
Well, I would say that they were illin.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that's not so bad then.
Yeah. You was illin. What is it, Chris?
I was just moving a paper to the side.
Moping paper.
Moving would be the actual human
Were you up
word.
late?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep last night. For
I
some
went to
reason.
bed early, woke up at 2:30, been up since then.
Oh, that sucks.
By early, I mean like 11 o'clock. So I got a good 3 hours.
That's not enough.
Yeah. What are you going to do? You take it where you can get it, right? At least I don't have to record anything after this.
Oh, well, maybe, yeah.
What do you mean, maybe?
I mean, definitely.
I didn't know that you had to pump every 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah. When I'm not with her, I need to pump, somewhere around that 2 to 3, somewhere in there.
And what if you're with her? How often do you pump?
I don't. She's just eating. She's eating the food.
You think of it as food?
It is.
I don't think you're getting. I mean, if it's just
That would be
milk,
cannibalism then.
What do you mean? Then all mammals are cannibals. Is that what you're trying to say?
She's not eating the body. She's
a byproduct.
Secretion.
Yes, it's milk, and every mammal does this.
All right.
This is all right. Like, finally understood.
No, all right, like, have it your way.
Whatever.
Agree to disagree.
Why am I talking to your hand right now? I don't know how that got to be a big thing. Talk to the hand. Yeah. And oddly, the only person I could get to talk to my hand is Juliet.
Do you like when people would say, talk to the hand because the face don't understand?
Yeah, I like that even better.
What do you like better, talk to the hand or all that in a bag of chips?
Oh, I love all that in a bag of chips.
Okay, now all that in a bag of chips versus youtobomb.com.
I like you to bomb, and I like word to your moms. We's dropping bombs. Do you like my name is Paul, and that's between you all?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about my name's Bennett and I ain't in it?
Yeah. How about my name's Trigger and you're you know
No,
what?
no.
I forgot that one. I never heard my name's Bennett.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it though, man.
I ain't in it.
I went straight from here to the coffee shop and not doing any GPS recording today.
We need to do GPS recording.
Why today though, out of all the days?
Because this is what we scheduled it for. It's got some studio time.
Why not schedule it on Tuesday? That way I come in, have an easy Monday, and I'm back into it.
Going forward, no more post-show Monday recording scheduled.
Going for means right now.
We're going forward, aren't we, Chris?
Going forward after today.
I think Ron's got a great point.
There is some talk over at the iBang. If this is true about Gad, they're talking about taking away his #1 special of the year award.
Oh, no.
Stripped.
That's not good.
And then I'm not going to tell you who they would give it to, the #2 person.
The runner-up would get it?
Yeah, Bert's going to get it if he is taken from him. It would go to Bert Kreischer.
He would be honored. I know.
I don't know. I don't think he was even honored with Meeting of the Year. I don't think
Really?
he commented on it. Oh, yeah. I read this telegram from him.
Is that Stevie Wonder quote?
Oh, wait. That was Stevie. Stevie sent a cassette tape. I'm going to see another one of the Oscar movies this week.
You know what you're going to see?
Well, I'm going to probably see The Godfather.
Good choice.
Oh, yeah. Does Turner Classic Movies run that all through February?
Yeah, they usually do 30 days of Oscar. I don't know when it starts, so I could look that up.
Let's look it up. See when it is this year. See if you get the full lineup. I'm going to watch Marty again.
All right, they are doing it this year. Starts Friday.
Oh, great.
All right, it's going to be Alice Adams, Little Women.
Nope.
Billy Budd, The Old Man in the Sea.
Love Old Man, hate to say.
Showboat.
That stinks.
The Heart is a Lonely Hunter.
No, thank you.
Tom Sawyer.
Bing, Tom Sawyer, me, yeah.
Then The French
Are
Connection.
you going to really count off every movie?
I mean, there's a
French
lot.
Connection should count me in on, by the way.
All right, and then Taxi Driver after that. They're on the
You ever
same
notice that's your neighborhood, Chris? French Connection?
Yeah, because they're driving under the
Yeah.
I'd like to see that movie again. I haven't seen
It's
it in ages.
considered the greatest car chase in the history of cinema, and that includes the Steve McQueen stuff. And
You're welcome, world. Story I gave that to you.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you could give it.
North by Northwest. Fantastic Voyage.
Days of Wine and Roses and Lost Weekend. Okay, so they're like doubling up on like drunk movies. And,
Yeah. Marty. That's on Sunday.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'll be watching a fucking football game for the Super Bowl.
Dr. Zhivago. That's at 4:30 on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, my God. That's not going to do well.
No, it's good counter programming because it's kind of a ladies' movie, right? Dr. Zhivago?
Oh, yeah.
I know I never watched it for that very reason.
I've never seen it.
And then after the Super Bowl, you can watch Funny Girl.
Oh, I love it. I will.
I'm sorry, I'll be watching the world's best fucking performers. Did you ever see those massive commercials that are coming out?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't want to watch a fucking talent contest with the whole world. Stop boring me, TV.
Is that the one that RuPaul's gonna be a judge on?
I think so, yeah.
I'm there to support them.
He's like, you better tell me about it, honey.
Sounds about right.
Well, it's a packed month.
I don't know, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure right now.
Really?
Mm-mm. Not sure at all. Oh, Cardi B, you'll love this story because I know you love the Cardi B.
I do love her so.
She went to the AVN Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, our friend Lisa Traeger was there. And Cardi B did a private show for hundreds of cam girls.
I love it. I love it. I think it's a classy move.
Now,
and she looks out for the working girls.
Chris, have you ever done a cam girl before?
I've watched cam girls. I've never given them money though,
Oh,
or
you
tokens.
get- I had no idea. I thought it cost to get into the room.
No.
And then you could get extra.
So this is how it works. You go to the one site that I know it's very popular, My Free Cams. It's like just a giant wall of a bunch of cam girls, and every girl has a different menu of like, you give me 200 tokens, and I'll suck off this dildo or whatever. And you have an options, and people give them money. Or
So then, can you just watch while other people request? Is
Yes.
it?
That's
So
what
it's
I did.
basically like the box, the show, the
Video
box.
show.
Yeah.
Vito, you seem like that's of your generation, the
Yeah.
cam girl.
I've went into the private room where you request stuff with a cam girl.
Yeah,
it's a lot of dildo play. I don't really like to watch a couple because that feels weird paying both of them to have sex. I just like dildo play.
Actually, on My Free Cams, there's no men allowed on the screens at all.
No man.
Really?
No
Why?
men's dicks. I guess maybe it's
Just
it
their
changes
thing.
it a little bit.
You got to
yeah.
pay for that.
But yeah, there are private rooms.
I know somebody who is dating a cam girl.
Which one?
I'm not going to say her name. And he started dating her and then decided to be, well, first of all, I think it's interesting because like they have a 2-bedroom. So she has like just like a cam room. So that's like her office.
That's
so she
her,
goes to
she
work.
shed.
Yeah, that's her she shed. She goes in there to work. And then he had been dating her for a while. And now he is often featured. So now he like will show up and she'll be like, someone
Do I know
ordered
who he
one
is?
banging. Yes, you do. I'm going to write his name down because you're going to be shocked.
Is
You
it
can-
Cam Daddy?
No, that would be too weird.
Bring down Earl's name.
He's a family man, Cam Daddy.
Yeah, well, a lot of those people are family people. Let's not be fucking prejudiced.
Not this one.
Mm. That you
Lived with.
lived with as a friend,
Yes, friend,
not the
roommate.
other people that you lived
Not.
with. I'm very surprised by that.
Yes. He's quite twisted. He has, he has some interests.
Okay.
He gets down with some things.
Like what?
I don't know. He's got like weird stuff.
He gets pegged?
No, not that. I'm just saying, like, I think he's like in a fetish world. Like they like you go and you like have sex with people, and I don't know, like they have like special groups, and you have like weird sex where you're like, oh, I like really like slapping girls around or something, and then you go and you
So
can...
far, it's normal. I haven't heard one thing that isn't. I did here in New York and before in Vegas, where you go and it was live. Live cam girls, but there's no cam. Just you would put coins in.
yeah.
Used to be in the old Times Square when I was a kid.
Show
And you
World.
Huh?
Show World.
Show World still does that?
I don't think it's still there, but I don't think it still has girls.
Then what would they be doing?
Just stripping?
I think it's just like a sex toy shop.
Yeah.
The thing that used to have at those sex toys and adult video things is people would be cruising, like there would be prostitutes there or right behind it.
Right.
But most of the time, they were male prostitutes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because female prostitutes go, I don't really trust myself being back here in the woods behind the fucking thing. So you would think that I'm going to go in and get some tapes or something. The guy would go, what's up? I'm like, what? You're just looking back behind this. You're like, Oh, God, no.
I have other interests.
We got ready to wrap this one, but Chrissy, I'm going to let you plug what we're going to be doing this Friday.
This Friday is the funniest people on the planet make the funniest predictions in the universe for football's biggest game of the year. That's this Friday, where 50 comedians predict who's going to win Super Bowl 53. That's this Friday at 4 p.m.
And explain how we can get the ball and more.
And on Sunday on the Super Bowl, during the Super Bowl, after the first interception, if you're the first person to tweet #Bonsai at Bennington Show on Twitter, you have a chance to win the Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles signed football. That's the first person to tweet #Bonsai at Bennington Show on Twitter after the first interception during the Super Bowl. All the rules are on theintirebang.com.
Now, we've got to record GPS, but you were going to have a dinner for us here, Vito?
Yeah, he went down to get it.
Oh, sweet. Well, you going to be eating any of it?
Yes, I am.
All right, we're going to take a picture of you.
She guessed correctly.
Oh, yeah, she did. Good guess. All right, Earl, you're going to take us out today with... Now, where does this rank on your Stevie Wonders? Because this is my absolute favorite song.
It's up there, top 5, yeah, easily.
Well, what else is in your top 5?
Superstition.
By the way, this song is a million times better than Superstition. And that's math. That's not me saying it. The million came up with mathematicians.
You know, I Wish, Sir Duke.
That's Sir Duke I like. I'm not going to lie to you.
You know, this song is easily right up there because it's just...
It's not easily right. This is the best. This might not only be the best song that he's ever done, might be the best song any human being has ever done. And you know what? I'm going to throw in any other mammal. I doubt if there's a fucking sloth that could beat this song. I'm going to doubt it right now. Now, if you notice, I stayed away from the birds.
Mm-hmm, I did.
Because they are quacktastic, girl. All right. So we're back. We're going to have a lot of Super Bowl fun this week. You see how taking time because I start to head towards this before it's time to throw it out. But Earl picks this song as you do every day. You try to listen and come up with something and then pick a song to take us home.
Yeah, it's a perfect song considering where we are, too, New York City.
But Earl, you're saying that as most families are sitting down for dinner. You know what I'm saying? I think it worked better to have a song at the start of the show.
Yeah.
But we can't because of Vito's thing.
Yeah, Vito.
We can't take that away from him.
Selfish Vito.
It's really great.
Yeah.
And then Vito's really come out of his shell.
He has.
And into a fucking taco shell.
Delicious.
Stop fucking putting up fucking fingers to me.
Sorry.
Stop it.
No more.
Stop it. Stop it. No, really do it so I can find out where I'm going. All right. This is Stevie Wonder in the city.